So today I am doing the deck and witchy gifting tag that was started by Juli at Peekaboorose. I have sat down to do this because I've got a few videos that I want to kind of get made and out over the next few days, and I thought I would start with this one because it's nice and simple. Tags are normally nice and simple, and I've just realised that my phone is dying and has virtually no battery left, so I'm hoping there's enough to at least get through recording this, and then I can plug it in and then I can faff about with it later. So I'm going to jump right in, and you didn't need to know any of that. So this is 10 questions to do with deck and witchy gifting, obviously. And I haven't watched any videos at all. I haven't even watched Juli's. I saw the very beginning, I wrote down the questions, I'm going to do mine, and then I'm going to go back and watch Juli's video, and then I think I saw one come up from Laura at Aquamarine 18 that I'm also going to watch. I would stumble over my words less if I slowed down and stopped trying so hard to get to the end before I've even finished the beginning of a word. Welcome to chronic fatigue, brain, mouth problems. Anyway, question number 1. Do you gift decks, witchy items, and if so, to whom? I do. I've said before, probably numerous times, probably to the point where people are sick of hearing it, that a lot of my friends are friends that I've met, like, who I don't work with. So I have my work friends and then I have my friends, and they're generally people that I've met in witchy circles. So they're people who like witchy stuff, and they're also people who read tarot. And I don't tend to buy gifts for everybody, but I do have a few of them that we exchange gifts and stuff, and quite often we'll buy gifts off each other's wish lists, or I will gift them a tarot deck that I think they'll really like, or we'll make stuff for each other for altars and that kind of stuff. So yeah, I do. I actually give a lot of tarot and witchy related gifts to people. Question number 2. Are you gifted many decks, witchy items? Are they usually successful? Bonus question, if they don't resonate, do you rehome them? Very much related to question 1. Obviously the same people who buy me gifts are the people that I'm buying gifts for. And so there is that kind of mutual exchange in terms of witchy items and stuff. Interestingly, I get gifted tarot decks more than anything else, but I think that's because I'm a lot more open about the types of decks that I like and the type of decks that are on my radar, and I have decks on my Amazon wish list. Witchy items, if I'm bought witchy items, it tends to be something that I've seen when I'm out with somebody and I say I'd really like that, or it tends to be books, because again, I have an Amazon wish list and it's really easy for someone to go on my wish list and order it and have it sent straight to my house. So witchy items tends to be books, but so far I don't think I've been bought anything that hasn't been successful, because generally people are either picking off my wish list or they're buying something because we're out and about and I say, oh, that would be perfect for my altar, or that's exactly what I want, or that's what I need, or whatever. So it's generally been very successful. As to whether I would rehome them, I don't know. I mean, it's not come up, but there is that, on the one hand, if something doesn't resonate, then it kind of makes sense to pass it on to somebody who's going to use it and love it and get value out of it. On the other hand, there's something, and I'm not saying this is true, it's just how I feel, it's how it makes me feel. There's something really ungrateful and ungracious about giving gifts away. And it's not something that I'm very good at. I end up with things, like I've been bought bottles of alcohol before that I will never ever drink, that are still sat in my kitchen because I don't know what to do with them. So, and that's just a bottle of alcohol. So when it comes to, like, when somebody's gone to the effort of going and getting something that they think that you would like, and then it just doesn't hit the spot, I don't want to like upset or hurt that person's feelings by just giving that thing away to someone else. So I don't know if I would or not. I really don't know. I'm giving this way too much thought. I'm going to move on. Question number 3. When you buy deck witchy items, do you think of them as gifts? Wait, is that supposed to be when I buy them for myself? I might have written the question down wrong. It might be when you buy yourself deck witchy items, do you think of them as gifts? I think that might be what it was. No. I don't. Like, I wouldn't use the word gift. If I was buying myself something, like when I buy myself a tarot deck, it's my treat for the month. Or I recently bought myself a Hecate statue for my altar and my keys for my altar, and they were my treats for the month. I have a very small disposable income, so I generally can treat myself to an item of my choice every month. And so it just depends where I choose to put that money, as to whether it goes to a tarot deck, or it goes to a witchy item, or it goes to a book, or it goes to clothes, which is what I've been buying this month. I bought tights. But in terms of, like, gift just isn't the word that I would use, because I don't see me buying myself something with money that I've earned as a gift. Like, it's my money, so why wouldn't I spend it on something that I want? So yeah, that's probably not how I would view it, no. Am I thinking about these questions too much? Is this supposed to be more lighthearted and fun than this? Probably. Sorry. Question number 4. Do you consider used decks, witchy items to be acceptable gifts? Again, I can only really think about this in terms of when I'm giving a gift. Like, and I probably, if I'm completely honest, I probably feel the same if somebody was giving me a gift back. If it's your birthday or it's Christmas, then it's completely unacceptable to give you a used tarot deck or a used witchy item or a used book. I think that part of the gift giving process is taking the time to source and purchase something for somebody because you've given it that thought and effort. If it's an unbirthday, which is basically any other day of the year for anyone who isn't an Alice in Wonderland fan, then yeah, it's perfectly acceptable because it's still a gift. If I have a tarot deck that I'm not going to use and I think, and I've done it and I think, oh, my friend was talking about this deck, I know it's a deck that they'd really, really love, I'm going to take it along with me the next time I see them and I'm just going to let them have it. I'm going to give it to them. I'm still gifting them something because I'm still giving them something for free that was mine, that is now theirs, and I'm allowing them to keep it. But it's not a birthday gift, it's an unbirthday gift, so it's not the same, so it's absolutely fine that it's used and it's secondhand. Hopefully that makes sense. I have ME brain. I feel like I should clarify that today particularly I'm really suffering with chronic fatigue and it messes with my brain. So I feel like this is all a bit clunky and a little bit not my usual, but I just want to stress I have ME brain. So I'm struggling a little bit more than I would do normally. I might be, and I also might be my ME brain, my chronic fatigue brain, that's reading something into this that's not there and no one else is seeing. But again, ME brain. Question number 5. If you could receive a gift card for any tarot or witchy website, which would you choose? Little Red Tarot, only because I have been going through and working out the decks that I really want next year, because I'm doing a no-buy this year and I've got like 9 decks. I've got more than that on my wish list, but there are like 9 that are the top of my wish list that I'd really like to own by the end of next year, and like 4 of them, so basically half of them, are I would have to get via Little Red Tarot, so that would be perfect. Question number 6. Gift wrapping, gift bag, bear presentation. Again, it depends. If it's a birthday or it's Christmas or Yule, depending on when you do gifts, absolutely some kind of wrapping needs to be involved because that's part of the process. I would probably never give somebody a gift in a gift bag that I hadn't also wrapped. But I also am not the greatest wrapper in the world, and it does look like I got my 5-year-old to do it, which is funny because I don't have a 5-year-old. But yeah, wrapping is not my thing, and I hate it, and I'm really not good at it. So actually it's an extra effort for me to wrap presents, and that's why I would do it if it was a birthday or a Christmas, because it's that going that little bit extra. If it's an unbirthday, nah. I had this thing, it doesn't work for me. I think it would be great for you. Please take it. If you want it wrapped, take it home and wrap it yourself. It's kind of how I feel about that. Question number 7. Can you communicate to others when a deck witchy item is a lend and not a gift? This is a problem I never have. And the reason that I never have it is because I am not a lender. Which makes me sound like an awful human being. But I do. That's not true. I do lend books out and stuff. And I'm very, like, witchy books I have been known to lend to very select people, and I'm very like, I have that book if you would like to borrow it. So I'm really clear about that. But I've made that mistake in the past where you loan things out and it's very clear that it's a loan, and then that person, before it's ever returned, disappears off your radar and you never see or hear from them again, and then you have to go out and buy the thing that it is because it's one of a set, or because it's something that you would still like to own, which is why you didn't give it to them. And so now I'm a little bit like, it's mine. You can't have it. Buy your own. So, and also, I grew up in a house with 3 siblings, in relative poverty, and I'm the youngest but one. So it was very rare that I had anything that was completely my own that I didn't have to share and loan to my siblings. So now that I'm a grown up and I can have things for myself and I don't have to share them, I can get a little bit selfish about it. That's my own thing and I know it, but it is an issue. It is a thing. Question number 8. Have you ever given someone a tarot witchy ebook? I haven't. And it's actually, this question's quite interesting because I was thinking about this the other day, because on my wish list, I use my Amazon wish list as that space, Jesus, I'm a bit blotchy, as that space where I put things that I want to go back and buy later. So I have a lot of ebooks on there that at some point I want to buy because I want to read them, but I can't buy them all at once because that's ridiculous. I can't read that many books in one go, and B, I just don't have that kind of money. So they go on my wish list, and then I buy them straight off my wish list when I'm ready, and my wish list just removes it for me. Nobody ever buys me a Kindle book from my wish list. If people buy me something from my wish list, it's a physical item. So now I'm not sure if it's an unwritten rule that I just was completely unaware of, that you don't gift ebooks to people. I mean, I've never done it because it's kind of never come up. But now I'm like, is that a rule? Are we not supposed to do that? Because if you want to buy me an ebook off my wish list, I'm not going to complain. I'm going to be very grateful. But now I think maybe we don't do that. Maybe that's not a thing that we do. I would like this unwritten rule to become written, please. Or at least verbal. At least, I would like it to exist in the world so that I know it's a thing, because I don't know it's a thing. So I really don't know if that's something that we do. I've never done it because I've never, like I say, my friend who I tend to buy books for, my 2 friends who I tend to buy books for, all of the items on their wish list are physical books, so I just order what's on their wish list. So it's not really come up. But if they had it as a Kindle, would I buy it? Probably, unless that's not polite. I don't know. Question number 9. Name 5 decks witchy gifts you would like to receive. So I'm not going to do decks because I have a video coming up with the 9 decks that I want to buy next year that I was just talking about. So if I did 5 witchy items, a bit rubbish. I never really want anything, that's the problem. So one thing that I would like to receive, witchy item that I like to receive, which is way out there, like if we were talking ridiculous budget, I would like some kind of new sideboard or apothecary cabinet or writer's bureau or something. Like some kind of really nice, larger, like longer deck. No. What's the word? I don't know the word. Oh my God. Anyway, my altar is a table. It's a little table and it's low to the ground. So I have to, I don't have any room on it anymore. So I need something that's longer. And B, I have to sit down on the ground in front of it because of how low it is, which is fine getting down there. But I have arthritic joints, particularly my knees, which means getting up again is never fun. And it's never easy and it's always a drama. So I'd like a new altar. What is the word that is not deck that I was trying to think of? I genuinely have no idea what that word is. I genuinely don't know. I genuinely don't know. Wow. This is what I'm like most of the time when I'm not filming. This is what Emmy does to my brain. Yeah, so that's one. Okay, what else? So I kind of have this thing at the moment where I'm really into the idea of magical teas and of making my own magical teas for different things. So I would like a teapot with the herbal strainer thing that goes inside it so that I can put my herbs in it. That's teapot, herbal strainer, herbs, in case you're wondering. So that I can put herbs in it so I can steep tea and make my own teas and make like magical teas. And then to go with that, I'd also like herbs, like a good range of beginner herbs to start making my own teas with, and a like posh or witchy type cup and saucer to drink them in. Because I'm a mug girl, I don't really do cups and saucers, but I kind of really like the idea of having like a proper steeping teapot and, you know, maybe being able to do tea leaf reading in it or something. I don't know. It's all very exciting. But yeah, so that's technically 3 items, 4 items if you count the altar. And then number 5, some nice candle holders. My candle holders are a bit old. I mean, they're secondhand. They're a bit rusty looking. They don't really fit my candles. So I'm always having to like melt the bottom of my candle to get it to stick in my holder, which I don't even know works. It's a thing I've been doing since I was like 13, and I'm not sure if it even works properly, but I still do it anyway. So maybe some nice candle holders would be cool. Yeah, that's probably it. And then question number 10 is tag people. So just anybody who wants to do this video who hasn't done it already. That is pretty much it. So thank you very much for bearing with me, because I really feel like if you've made it through this video, you've bared with me on this one, and I will see you all very, very soon for another one. Take care everyone and lots of love. Bye bye.